Hi everyone, it's me, Mrs. Schreiber. And today we are still working on tuning into words that are new to us, words that maybe we're unsure of the meanings of. So we have a few strategies that we've learned so far. Use pictures, diagrams, illustrations to help us determine the meaning of unfamiliar words. Also, I went blank. So we've got use pictures, illustrations, and diagrams. We have look around the word. We have used context clues. And last week we worked on using prefixes and suffixes. Hopefully you've been practicing those and you know all of your second grade prefixes and suffixes. This week we're going to talk about another option if you're unsure what a word is. We're going to talk about using glossaries or dictionaries. And usually you find glossaries in a nonfiction text. Let's see if I can get my slide to pull up. There we go. This is the word glossary. This is the word dictionary. Glossaries and dictionaries do the same thing. They'll tell you the meanings of words. You find glossaries in nonfiction texts. So I've got a book here about water. That's a nonfiction text. It will probably have a glossary. A glossary is like a mini dictionary at the end where the words will be listed in alphabetical order and it will tell you the meanings of words. In nonfiction books, you'll find a glossary of words that are important to understand for that topic, whatever you're reading about. If the word isn't in the glossary, you can use a dictionary. Dictionaries are books that are thick and have lots of words listed in alphabetical order, and you can find the word that you're looking for and it will give you all of the meanings that the word has. So that's just a quick rundown of what glossaries and dictionaries are. Now, dictionaries are a little old-fashioned these days, so I actually don't use like the book dictionary anymore. So I'll show you my ways of using modern dictionary techniques. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is, if you are reading a nonfiction book, whether it has a table of contents to show you this or not, look right down here where my finger is, they have glossaries. The glossary is at the end of the book, and it will show you the words that were in the book that you probably might not be able to figure out what they mean using the pictures, illustrations, diagrams, looking around the words, or using context clues. And they don't have prefixes and suffixes in them. So they just tell you exactly what it means. Now, normally when you're reading a nonfiction text, oftentimes if the word is going to be in the glossary, it will be a bold word. But sometimes not. So that's a glossary in a book. Sometimes if you're reading a news journal or an article, this has several articles in it, and the glossaries will be right at the end. So if you're reading the text and you read this right here, endangered species, or that word over there, poachers, which are bold, you go to the end of the article instead of the end of the magazine, there will usually be a little glossary around it. Now, the glossary in this magazine doesn't say glossary, it says word-wise, but if you see, it has the words listed in alphabetical order: biodiversity, ecologist, endangered species, and poachers. Those are those two bold words that we saw before. And then if you look right next to them, it tells you what they mean. So a glossary is like a mini dictionary right there in your text. Now, for those of you who are, young, you're going to be reading more and more online. So I want to show you a really cool thing that online publications do these days. So this is the same news journal, just a different edition as what I just showed you. I had the paper copy, but more and more publishers are putting their stuff online. So this is the last edition for this year of our National Geographic Explorer, and you can see it looks different. It's got the digital face on it, but it still has 3 articles in it. When you open it up, you can pick on the article you want. Let's go to ocean super crop. That's something I'm interested in. Whenever we get to the Ocean Supercrop article, here's the start. Notice it has animated photography. And then as you're reading, you scroll down and you read, and then you'll notice that some things are already highlighted for you. Here's a word, sustainable. It's already highlighted. When you're reading a digital article, if there's a highlighted word, that's taking the place of those bold words that we saw in our paper copy. All you have to do is click on those as you're reading, and boom, up pops the definition of that word. So if you can't tell what the word sustainable means and it's highlighted, you don't even really have to think about it. You can just click on it and it already links you to the definition. And so I think that that's pretty cool. That's one of the reasons why I love reading digitally. Sometimes though, you might encounter a word that you can't figure out, that's not highlighted, that's not a bold word, that's not in the glossary. And if that happens, you can get your phone, or you can grab your iPad or go online and you can do a search. So, you know, they have, if you just go to any search engine, I'll just go to Google because that's what pops up on my computer. If I had read the word sustainable and it wasn't highlighted, I could just type in definition of sustainable and click enter, and then boom, look what it even says. It says dictionary right there. This is a much quicker way for me than grabbing the big thick paper dictionary and looking through to find the word in alphabetical order, which it's a great option if you don't have technology at your hands and you do have a dictionary. But most of us have iPads, computers, phones, and we can hop on search engines really quick, like Google or Bing, and we can just look up definition of a word, and it takes you to an online dictionary. So it shows us the definition of sustainable: able to be maintained at a certain rate or level, able to be upheld or defended. So if this wasn't here, we could always do it that way. So boys and girls, I want to review all of the strategies you have for tuning into new words. And I want to remind you of the importance of why it's so valuable to stop and tune into those new words. That's how you're going to grow your vocabulary and develop your adult vocabulary. And the stronger your vocabulary, the better you're going to do in school. And the better you do in school, the more opportunities you get in life. Tuning into words, super important. You want to have a great academic vocabulary to sustain you through the years. And it starts now. So when you're reading, we're not talking about tuning into words you've never heard before. That's important too. But we're talking about stopping and thinking about those words that maybe you've heard 100 times, but you really couldn't tell someone what they mean. So notice and think about meanings as you're reading. You're not doing as much decoding or figuring out of words anymore. So this is important to fill in that thinking space in your head with this. Stop and think about words you can read, but you can't explain to others, and then try your strategies for them. The first strategy is look around the word. In nonfiction texts, oftentimes the author will just give you the definition of the word, either in the sentence that the word is used in or the sentence after, once in a while in the sentence before it. Use photos, diagrams, and illustrations. These are all found in nonfiction texts. Illustrations can also be found in fiction texts. You can pick up on mood, tone. Diagrams will show you parts of something. Oftentimes that's a great way to figure out the word. This is probably the most important one you're going to have for the rest of your life, is using context clues. You need to stop, think about what's happening in that part of the text, how the word is being used. Is it being used as a thing or an action or a describing word? And then what's a word that I already know that could make sense and take the place of that word? And then reread the sentence and see if what you came up with makes sense. And then you have using those prefixes and suffixes. You're going to learn more prefixes and suffixes in 3rd and 4th grade. So you're going to be whizzes at figuring out meanings of words using those pretty soon. And then one you can start using right away is use a glossary or a dictionary. So hopefully that helps you. Hopefully you're tuning into words as you're reading and building your adult vocabulary. We want you to hop on Freckle. We've got some assignments for you on there, and we hope you all have a great day. Thanks.